What's up? Welcome on into the What's on Tap sports show by George on Tap, and where we talk about everything that's going on in the world of sports. And today we have a jam packed show. We're going to be talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, why the NIL is just weird. And then, of course, we're going to do our Wednesday real estate power rankings. And you'll know what I mean by that when we get to it. But let's start off with the Philadelphia Eagles. Everyone is off the Philadelphia Eagles. Why? I can't really tell you. Sure, Nick Sirianni makes some interesting play calls and some interesting decisions. He also has led this team to a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Also, the team is 2-1. Also, if Saquon Barkley did not drop a pass on fourth down, they would be a stellar 3-0 going into this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's really interesting to me. We like to pick and choose who we like and who we don't like in the NFL. The media has tried to convince us that Nick Sirianni is a weirdo who can't coach. This is his third season as the Philadelphia Eagles head coach. Sorry, fourth season. The first one, they made the playoffs and lost to, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. His second season, they went to the Super Bowl. His third season, they went and played Tampa Bay again and lost on the road in the playoffs. And now they're 2-1. I don't understand why everyone is so ready to jump off the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't necessarily think that they are the best team in the NFC, but they have a roster full of studs. And let's start off by talking about the biggest stud, and that's Saquon Barkley. Oh my. Saquon Barkley has been really damn good. He's probably the offensive player of the year right now, and he has been unstoppable in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform. Let's not forget, he's running behind a pretty good offensive line that lost Jason Kelsey, their heart and soul. Haven't missed a beat on the running game. Of course, there are some concerns for the Eagles. We can talk about Jalen Hurts, who has not had his best season and has turned over the ball quite a bit. Last week, they were without A.J. Brown, their best wide receiver. They went to New Orleans. What did they do? Oh, they won in New Orleans, one of the toughest places to play in the NFL, and a team that was 2-0 in the Saints that everyone was talking about being actually pretty good. So how does the media react? Oh, he had a weird fourth down play in the first half. The Eagles are all about analytics. Now, my problem with it is, well, yeah, I know. Sirianni actually vetoed the play call by Kellen Moore and did his own thing and went rogue. Probably shouldn't do that. But that's not a reason to jump off this football team. I like the Eagles this week against the Buccaneers to go 3-1. I still like the Philadelphia Eagles to win their division. I still like Nick Sirianni as a head coach. And I love the addition of Saquon Barkley. Saquon has been an absolute stud his whole career. Looks like he was stuck in a bad organization with the New York Giants. And now we're seeing him shine with the Philadelphia Eagles. Please, someone explain to me why everyone's so ready to jump off the Philadelphia Eagles train. What's on tap? NIL. Okay. Weird story coming out of UNLV. So we all know about the NIL, and the UNLV's NIL situation is just absolutely weird. Let's share our screen here and talk a little bit about Twitter and what is going on with the NIL. So we're going to talk about UNLV quarterback Matthew Sluka from Holy Cross, and he's out for the season now with NIL. I haven't seen that one before, despite a 3-0 start. He was reportedly verbally offered $100K by an assistant coach to transfer from Holy Cross, but UNLV showed no effort to finalize a contract. And Sluka stepped down despite the 3-0 start after only receiving $3,000 for relocation. His reps say he didn't ask more than the original 100K. Now, if you go look on Twitter, there are so many varying reports. He's not utilizing his red shirt. He quit on his teammates, fan, and school over money. Now, of course, did he sign a contract or did he not sign the contract? And I have no idea. But take it for what it's worth. UNLV players aren't on Sluka's side in the slightest. His agent verbalized a contact. But I am so freaking confused with this statements and what's going on here. He hasn't got none of his guaranteed NIL money. Here's my thing. Did he sign a contract? First and foremost, that's important to note. But what else is important to note is what's going on in college sports, guys? Why are we having people getting $100,000 to transfer from Holy Cross to UNLV from an assistant coach? I am all for players getting paid on name, image, likeness. Scrap the NCAA if this is the case. I have no problem with him. If he was offered, this is not a Matthew Sluka problem, by the way. If your employer offered you $100,000 and you didn't get paid, guess what you're doing? You're stepping out. But what is going on here? We have people all over the world of college football being offered money left and right, and this school has an NIL fund. That's not the way it's supposed to work. The school should not be paying directly $100,000 to Matthew Sluka. We sat here for years and said that players need to be paid in a certain way, name, image, and likeness. You're in the NCAA football video game, get paid. You sell jerseys with your name on it, get paid. You want to do autographs, get paid. You want to do commercials, get paid. You want to sell Instagram posts, get paid. You want to do whatever you want to get paid, get paid. I have no problem with players getting paid for their name, image, and likeness. But we have gotten so backwards in college football. Schools have NIL funds. My Washington Huskies are selling beer, and all the beer goes into the NIL fund at the games. This is not what name, image, and likeness was supposed to be. It's taking the collegiate out of collegiate sports. It's become a minor league system, which I have no problem with. Then just go make a minor league. This is not what college sports are supposed to be about. Matthew Sluka got a $100K offer from a assistant coach. And of course, he's going to take it, and of course, he should get paid if he agreed to a contract. But this is not what we thought name, image, and likeness was supposed to be. And it's just disappointing that this is where we are in the world of college sports. What's on tap, guys? All right. What's on tap? We're going to do our weekly NFL real estate rankings. And if you're not familiar with it, this is only my second week doing it. We're putting NFL teams in like the real estate category. The most expensive being a penthouse in New York City, then being a Miami mansion, a home with a pool, a suburb home, hospital, and a trailer home. Hospital, there is for teams that are so dang injured that they have to just be in the hospital. I can't do anything with them. So we go team by team here, and then we see which ones are our rankings. So we're going to start off with the Arizona Cardinals, who are 1-2. But I think they're a home of a pool, and they're in Arizona, like I am. So that makes sense. Their pool is Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. The Atlanta Falcons. I think they're just an average football team. They're a suburban home. You're happy. You got a nice family. But it's nothing to write home about. And there's one more I needed to add here, which I'm going to add a row above. I forgot. Apartment struggling to pay rent. Okay. Here we go. I forgot to add that one there to my list, guys. So we have an apartment struggling to pay rent team. The Ravens. Right now, I still think they're one of the best teams in the NFL. I'm going to put them in the Miami Mansion category. I still think they're a Super Bowl contender despite being 1-2. The Bills, they're a penthouse in New York City. One of the best teams in the NFL. They're really dang good, and they're going to be a team that is vying for a Super Bowl. Carolina Panthers, you're still a trailer home, even with Andy Dalton. That team is just horrible. The Bears, you're an apartment struggling to pay rent. You got to help Caleb Williams out somehow. You got Caleb Williams. You have the number 1 overall pick. You got him all these fancy weapons, and you got to protect them with your offensive line. The Bengals, you're still a home with a pool. Your pool is Joe Burrow. So just remember that. I think the Bengals still will salvage their season. The Cleveland Browns, you're a trailer home. You guys are horrible. Deshaun Watson sucks. It's time to bring in Jameis Winston. Really. It's Jameis time. I'm telling you guys. Bring in Jameis Winston. Cowboys. Right now, you're a suburban home. You are playing some really bad football. But dang, you guys are just not very good. Broncos. Your apartment struggling to pay rent. You know, Bo Nix has shown flashes. Lions, you're a Miami Mansion. You're a good football team. You're a team that, by the way, Penthouse NYC and Miami Mansions, these are Super Bowl like contenders here. Packers. Home of a pool. You might be a Miami Mansion depending on how good Jordan Love looks like when he gets back. Texans, you're also a home of a pool. Colts, I don't know if Anthony Richardson is the guy. I have no idea. He makes passes I've seen no one else make in the NFL. They're so perfect, and I've seen passes he's missed that no one else can miss in the NFL. Jaguars, apartment struggling to pay rent. You're almost a trailer home. Trevor Lawrence is one of my favorite players in the NFL, but he is just so broken right now, and I don't know how he can fix it. KC, penthouse, New York City, Super Bowl champions 2 times in a row, 3-0 by the thick of just barely a slither. They could be 0-3. Instead, they're 3-0. Chargers, I'm going to put you in the hospital category right now because I have no idea what to do with you. You're a good team. Justin Herbert's hurt. You have a great coach. I just don't know what to do with you. LA is all a hospital. The Rams, I know you guys beat the 49ers, but you're still a hospital. This is not the team we thought you guys are because everyone's injured. Raiders, trailer home. You got players quitting on you. You got your head coach saying, you got to make some business decisions. Just not good. Dolphins. I'm going to put you in the hospital category as well. I don't know what you guys are with Tua, but I know what you are without Tua, and it's not good. Vikings, you're home with a pool. Your coach is really good. Your team's pretty good. And Sam Darnold has saved his career. Patriots, you're a trailer home. You guys suck. Just a bad football team. The Saints, you're a suburban home. I think you're average. I think you're going to win some games, but I don't necessarily think you're a Super Bowl contender or really at the end of the year, you're going to make the playoffs. The Giants, apartment struggling to pay rent. Malik Neighbors has saved you from being a trailer home. Jets, home with a pool. You guys are very close to making the Miami Mansion category, but I just still don't trust your head coach. Eagles, you're also, God, I don't know what to do with the Eagles here. I'm a little higher than most people on the Eagles, but I'm going to put them at home with a pool. Steelers, you're also a home with a pool. Your head coach is so good and your defense is so good, but I just don't know if you're necessarily Super Bowl contenders today. Seahawks. All right, maybe I'm biased. I'm a Seahawks fan, but you're a Miami Mansion. Your team's really good. The defense is elite. And I actually think you're one of the top 5 teams in the NFL. And when you're a top 5 team in the NFL, you deserve to be this high. 49ers, you're also a hospital. Don't sleep on the 49ers. They're going to be fine. but they're just in a position right now where they're so hurt. Tampa Bay, I think you're also a suburban home. You're a good team, not a great team. You're going to win some games that you should not win, and you're going to lose some games that you probably should win. Titans, you're a trailer home. You suck, plain and simple. And the Washington football team, you're a suburban home. You're an average football team with a really good quarterback and a good head coach. Maybe next week you move up to a home with a pool, but right now I have to put you in as a suburban home. So those are our real estate rankings. The top 5 teams to me are the Bills, Chiefs, above all, then the Ravens, Lions, and Seahawks. And then you got a bunch of teams here that I think can compete with the Cardinals, the Bengals, the Packers, Texans, Jets, Steelers, Vikings, and Eagles as contenders, teams that can move up into that top 5 rankings. So those are our real estate rankings brought to you by the Sports on Tap. All right, guys, thank you for watching the What's on Tap, George on Tap show. As always, brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is available in 46 out of 50 states. It's one of the only sports books that are available in Washington, California, Texas, among other states that don't allow you to bet on sports. Use promo code on tap and you can sign up to Rebet and you'll get up to $100 bonus on your first deposit. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been the Sports on Tap, What's on Tap show by George on Tap, and we'll see you guys next time.